Hey everyone, Mazer here, and today I'd like to talk about Sing 2. Released on November 14th, 2021, Sing 2 follows the cast from the original movie as they attempt to put on a grandiose musical in the big city. To make their dreams come true, the crew must band together to overcome new obstacles, make new friends, and face off against a very dangerous music producer. Will they be able to achieve their goal? Gotta see the movie to find out. Now, I really enjoyed this movie. The animation is beautiful, the characters lovable, and the music choice is banging. But what I really liked were all the small details that I began to notice upon rewatching the film. There are so many blink and you'll miss it moments strewn all throughout Sing 2 that I could not help myself but to share with you some of my favorites. So without further ado, let's talk about 10 of my favorite blink and you'll miss it details in Sing 2. Number 1, Porsha has a pair of paper 3D glasses in her bedroom. I love this detail because it is a clever callback to what she said during her introduction. I thought it was a nice touch showcasing that her love for vintage does not just translate to t-shirts, but other things as well.
Big fan, aren't you, baby?
Oh my gosh, I'm like so into vintage right now.
Number 2, speaking of Porsha, there's a great blink and you'll miss it moment between her and her father, Jimmy Crystal. After auditioning for Moon, she tells her father goodbye, and if you look carefully, you could see her expression fall when he does not answer back. In fact, she continues to look sad well after Crystal leaves, foreshadowing the fact that she is not as happy as she seems. Number 3, now this is just a silly moment I happened to catch during a rewatch. During the scene where Buster and Gunter are working on the space musical, keep an eye on Rosita in the background. Out of nowhere, she chucks a pillow at an unsuspecting Johnny. I don't know what prompted her to do this. Maybe she just wanted to start a pillow fight, but either way, I thought it was really cute and wanted to share this moment with you. Number 4, while the movie never explains what exactly caused the death of Clay Calloway's wife, you can catch a glimpse of her being sick as he walks through the house. When going down his staircase, Clay passes by several family portraits of he and his wife. The last one shows her at a party, and if you look carefully enough, you can see that she's now stuck in a wheelchair. This suggests that she was dealing with some sort of terminal illness at the time this photo was taken. Number 5, going back to Wholesome Moments, watch this. As Jimmy Crystal lectures Buster about putting his daughter in the show, keep an eye on the background. Over Jimmy's shoulder, you could see Mina and Johnny approach Rosita with the intent of comforting her. They stay by her side throughout Buster and Crystal's entire exchange, and I love that we are constantly given evidence of the gang's love for one another. Number 6, another small but funny detail I noticed, involves Darius's hairdresser. Keep a close eye on that bunny behind Darius as he talks to Mina. You can see her growing increasingly frustrated with the fact that Darius cannot sit still as he talks. Now, I know this adds nothing to the story, but I really enjoy the fact that several background characters are given small moments like these to shine. Number 7, speaking of background characters, let's take a look at this poor polar bear as he tries to find his seat. He is trying so hard not to step on anyone while trying to get to his assigned seat, and I feel we can all relate to the anxiety this poor guy is going through. Number 8, now I want you to do me a favor. Keep a very close eye on Ms. Crowley throughout the entire movie. She is almost always doing something interesting in the background. For example, it would seem all that mopping made her quite thirsty as you could see her sneaking a drink from the water cooler as the gang changes out of their disguises. And when she brings Porsha back to the show, you can see her kicking the door in an attempt of getting it to close. And when she finally succeeds, just look at the size of her smile. She could not be any more proud of her accomplishment, and I love her for it. But my favorite detail happens at the start of the movie. When Ms. Crowley boards the bus, she is carrying a box of what looks to be random items. But if you look carefully enough, you can see it's actually full of thermoses and snacks. During the rehearsal montage, you could see Ms. Crowley opening a thermos, and right after that, you could see Rosita blowing on a cup of hot soup, showing that Ms. Crowley has been feeding the cast all throughout the bus ride. It's such a small detail that's not necessary to the movie, but I'm glad it's there. It just adds a lot to Ms. Crowley's character, showing us that no matter what, she is always willing to go the extra mile to help Buster and his friends. Number 9. Now these next 2 moments are less hidden details and more like personal theories I came up with after rewatching the movie. And the first involves my favorite new character, Nushi. Take a look at Nushi when she meets Johnny's father for the first time. Normally, she's shown to having a very sociable and excitable attitude when meeting new people. I mean, remember the stagehand whose hat she complimented? But this time around, she kind of hangs back while knocking her knuckles together. I've always interpreted this scene as a sign of her being shy when meeting Johnny's dad for the first time. And while I don't think there's anything romantic between her and Johnny, I do think this was a sign of her being nervous meeting somebody so important to her new best friend. Number 10, finally we have this book that I noticed in Clay Calloway's study. It's titled Lighthouse, which after a quick Google search leads me to believe that this could be a reference to one of two novels of the same name. The first being the 2020 novel Lighthouse by Michael D. O'Brien, in which a lighthouse keeper struggles with a sense of meaninglessness and loneliness. The other book is the 2003 light novel Lighthouse Story of Remembrance, where a little girl and her father honor the memories of those who recently passed away. Both books deal with loneliness and the loss of a loved one, something that Clay is obviously struggling with every day. And while I cannot prove that this was the animator's intent or anything, I'd like to think that it was intentional to add depth to Clay's character. Or it's just a word they slapped on the spine of a book. I don't know. Either way, there you have it. 10 of my favorite blink and you'll miss it moments from Sing 2. Again, a beautifully animated movie with fantastic music, fun characters, and a whole lot of heart. Were there any details that you noticed that we didn't mention? Tell us in the comments below. I cannot wait to read your answers. So until then, please remember to have a great day and a better tomorrow. I am Mazer, and I will see you next time. Bye!